So, new camera today. Got the DJI Osmo Action 5. We're testing that out. And then I wanted to stress test the XTR brakes on a pretty steep double black trail. And as a bonus, it's wet today, so that should be interesting. Yeah, this is basically a stress test for everything today. Me. Okay, I got some limbs down, that's good to know. Me, the bike, and most importantly, these Shimano XTR brakes. Hopefully I can heat them up enough to get the squabbling to stop. It looks like we will have to take it nice and slow today, as I'm seeing a good amount of blowdown. Just as a PSA, it is blowdown season, so you gotta be nice and careful out here. I had a buddy that just had a really nasty accident due to a fallen tree, so just beware and be careful. Oh, this bike is very light. Yeah, I'm not used to, oh my gosh, not used to like how lightweight this bike feels. Okay, we got a steep section coming up. Woods over here aren't as dark as I was picturing. Got the classic Shimano turkey gobble or whatever we want to call that. Skipped the high line today. Traction feels pretty good. Go for this little move. Took a foot out for security. Yeah, it hasn't really gotten super steep yet, but okay, now we're on the brakes. Yeah, okay. This is a good test because I can definitely picture how much bite the codes would have through, or the Mavens would have through here. And this is definitely, oh, they're heating up now. Brake force is intensifying a bit. They feel a bit spongier at the point of braking. Oh yeah, I can smell them too. That's how you get the water off your rotors. They're pumping up a bit. So as good as these felt on the kind of moderate trail that I did the first test on, they do feel a hair overwhelmed already. So we'll see. Compared to, once again, this is compared to the Mavens, which is a very high watermark to compete with. And I'm just kind of like dragging brake today since I'm taking it so easy. And I'm on kind of a much less capable bike than the Firebird. Feels like it's getting thrown around a lot more. So it just kind of makes me want to go slower for every reason imaginable. Oh gosh, that trench is getting nasty. Okay, yeah, I mean like power. This is a very steep trail. I'm hard on the brakes and power feels very acceptable. Nothing like, they kind of feel like they're right in the middle of their capability right now. Like I'm not quite all the way, pulling death fingers. But definitely having to use more force than the Mavens, like noticeably more. And they also feel noticeably more spongy compared to the Mavens. Like at the point of braking, like when I, have them loaded up, so to speak. Yeah, it's dark over here. Let's see how the Osmo does. Wow, it's putting up a super good fight. I can picture, I'm looking at the screen, and I can picture what the GoPro would look like right now, and it would have like insane fixed noise patterns. So that's cool. That's the whole reason I wanted this Osmo. I think their color science might be decent, but mostly just the low light performance. Can't compete with the Chinese today. Got to step up our game, America. Yeah, a little bit more moderate section through here, and the brakes just feel like really appropriate. It's not like they're bad at all. They're great brakes, and I'd be like totally cool to have to run these. But compared to the Mavens, they definitely don't pack the same punch, and they're a little bit more like spongy feeling at the point of braking. But I'm really glad these brakes exist, because I think if you're on less gnarly terrain, these brakes are a better fit. And I don't know the stats offhand, but I would think they're gonna have a lot better weight, just because like visually looking at those Mavens, they're so gnarly thick, so much material. And then these Ice Tech rotors are lighter, so these can definitely survive a trail like this. It did, I think, make me want to like not get speed up and then need to slam on the brakes. It just kind of put me on a bit of a more, I'm already like feeling really defensive today due to the blowdown, but even more so with the brakes. So yeah, obviously you can totally shred with these brakes, and I think they do feel, holy sh this puddle was so much stickier and deeper. I almost got tossed over the bars. Silly me for thinking the double black diamond was the thing I had to worry about today. Turned out it was the mysteriously deep puddle. Yo, it is properly dark right here. So if the Osmo can keep its head above water here, we are gonna have some nice footage ahead of us. Gosh damn, this freaking thing. There we go. Nice, okay. Oh, it's mucky out here. It is mucky. Yo. I really like the way this SB 140 feels climbing. It's a very nice feeling. It loves techie climbing. Generates a lot of damp feeling traction. Some deep puddles in the flat spots today. That is one advantage of riding steep trails, is they shed water so well. I'm also testing the built-in microphone. I've got like a shroud around the camera, like a microphone cover shroud. And we'll see if it'd be nice to have salvageable audio if I have some sort of issue with the Rode microphone that I use. So I actually did a Alpine adventure and I lost the audio from like the second half, so I don't have a complete video. Just those audio gremlins will get you, so it's good to have like a proper backup. It's good to have a proper safety track, as everybody in the video business knows. Oh man, the leaves are down. Man, I love that jump, but I'm skipping it today. The leaves are down, and when you hit these deciduous forest zones, it's so much slimier. Kind of annoying, but we are outside of all-time fall time. Okay, so now we have another nice steep chute covered with greasy leaves. Test out the brakes. Feel nice and powerful coming into this chute. Yeah, okay, I have really good grip, which helps. Yeah, I'm not actually hitting the brakes that hard through there, so that's good. I mean, another thing to consider is I just wouldn't even explore these brakes in like an e-bike context unless you're on like more flat terrain. Woo! Limb down. Makes you nervous. You come around the corner and there's a limb down and jump. I haven't been able to get this stupid jump for like 2 years. You need to really gibber as you're coming around the corner, and I'm not good at doing jumps at 20 miles an hour. Yeah, it's hard to separate. Like that chute felt less stressful on the brakes than that upper section. It really felt like these, and that was a steep chute, so that's also a good sign for these brakes. Also, if you're like a lighter rider, closer to that like 150, 160 pound weight, I would think these should feel pretty good for you if you already, happen to be a Shimano lover. Wow, the leaves have come down. Enjoy those in stunning 10-bit color. Super greasy though. Makes for pretty crappy riding. Because I'm just like worried about the grease that those things bring with them. Oh yeah, this was also a bit of a audio test for the amount of cage slap that XTR derailleur has, and that didn't seem too bad. Yeah, recap on the power of the brakes today. I'd say in those really steep chutes, I kind of wanted the Mavens, basically. But everything other than like the pretty ridiculously steep 30% grades, these felt pretty good. They seemed to heat up more than the Mavens, just based on the smell. And they puffed up a bit, which the Mavens don't do through there. I think that like 20% figure compared to the last generation Shimano brakes is dead on. Like, they definitely have a little bit more pop to them. I like the Shimano lever feel. I'm actually surprised like how spongy they feel when you're hitting that contact patch compared to the Mavens. Now riding the Mavens for a year or whatever. For my body weight in a gravity enduro setting, downhill, definitely gonna, and e-bike, definitely gonna stick with Mavens. But I think for trail setups, Galbraith Mountain, even like Tiger Mountain, the legal trails there, these should be great. And I think they might be able to keep your bike build lighter. I know this bike build is like definitely lighter than the Firebird. Obviously it's smaller travel, smaller fork, but I think that's the major advantage for the stream here. Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't have any, I mean, they're like brand new brakes, and I was pretty used to the Shimano, like, or I should say, I just never really had too many issues where my Shimanos would sketch me out and they'd be like pulling to the bar. Other than they did seem to get firm when they started to heat up. Huge difference between these and the Mavens for that, especially in the context of a non-e-bike on that trail. Like the Mavens wouldn't have even hardly got up to temperature, and these things were starting to really puff up. So yeah, so let me know how the camera footage looks. GoPro would have definitely been super noisy through there. So let me know what you think of the new camera, and what you think of if you are going to consider running these brakes, or what your thoughts are. With that, we're out.